Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am the picker card Empress. Some of you guys may know me as Made for Love on my other channel, Made for Love, where I channel messages for those of you who identify with the twin flame or higher soulmate journey. Okay, so if you're in one of those dynamics, you might want to check out my other channel, and the link for that is in the pinned comment below. Okay, so today we're asking, what do people love about you, or what makes you lovable? And we are also asking, what does your person find lovable about you, or what do they like about you? And we are also asking spirit, what does spirit like about you, or what does spirit identify as your strongest quality? Okay, so we have 4 piles, and for some of you who have followed me for a while on my other channel, you would know that I do like brooches. I really do, especially the ones that are vintage brooches. Okay, I love those. So we have pile 1 and pile 1. And if you can't see the piles properly, and I'm sorry I don't have an overhead. Well, I do have one, but I don't have anything sturdy enough to mount it on. That's the issue. I'm an overhead cam. Anyway, you can always watch a thumbnail and you can pick from there. But pile 1, you have this brooch. Pile 2, you've got this one. Pile 3, you've got this flower. And pile 4, you've got this one. Okay, so do your thing, pick your piles, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna discuss your beautiful qualities. And you know what, it's so important to do that, because sometimes we have very distorted views of ourselves from trauma, from conditioning, from the things we've internalized from others. So it's good to see all positive aspects, and sometimes it's things we wouldn't even imagine that people really log into. Okay, so I'm going to be back with your reading. Okay, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose this brooch, so I'm just going to lean it up against here, so that's in view. And this card is a significator. This is what people, spirit, your person, everybody agrees is your best quality. Now I'm going to turn it over in a moment, but I have this pile here and it's divided into 2. So these cards, these bigger cards, and I think there's one small card, this is what people like about you. And these cards are your person. Okay, so let us see. Everybody agrees that your best quality is the infinite, your infinite self. It looks like you have, before I read it and all of that, you have this never give up, positive outlook. Like sometimes even when you're down, you know that in the end something good is going to happen at some point, and you just have to kind of plod along until that happens. I think you might also be deeply spiritual, because every time I see the infinite, of course you think about the infinity symbol, right? So there's something about you that, it's like a can-do attitude. You're also very spiritually powerful, and I think people feel that energetically when they meet you. It's something about your energy, something about your aura, and they may not know why they feel that way, but people are attracted to you. I feel you have Empress or Emperor energy going on. And they feel that they just think, oh, she's just a nice person, but they don't know it's rarely your energy that is reaching out to people. So I do feel a lot of light worker vibes with this pile. Okay, I do think that because we have the infinite and we think about the infinity symbol, you might be connected to a twin flame, a soulmate, some kind of deep soul connection like that, that spans lifetimes. I also think that you might be a very old soul, okay, and perhaps spend lots of lifetimes on earth. I also feel that there are many gifts from those lifetimes that you've brought over. And if you've not unlocked them already, Spirit is telling you it's time. That's what I'm getting. I'm also getting magician vibes from this, because when I think about the infinite, of course, that infinity sign just over the magician's head, in the Rider-Waite tarot, I'm signaling or connection to source, or connection to spirit, or connection to the divine, and reminding us always that we are divine. So there's something about you that reminds people or leads people closer to spirit. Some of you may feel, or people may feel like you're from another planet or something. So maybe you resonate with starseed energy, okay? Because they think that there's something infinitely magical about you. And when you walk into a room, you fill that room, you have presence, you have star quality, you know, that the it factor. This is what I'm getting with this card. You've got the bloody it factor, okay? So I feel like, yeah, we talked about the magician, which is Virgo and Gemini, but I feel, you know, Leo, you know, Leo's got the it factor, okay? It's that kind of presence, you know, everything revolves around the sun, right? that kind of energy. So I do feel that you attract a lot of people, but it's because of your expansive aura, okay? And it comes from living lifetimes and harnessing so many different gifts. Anyway, let me read it. Let's see. As the Lemurians were only partially incarnated, their bodies were much lighter, less physically actualized, and less affected by aging. So I'm also getting that you might have a youthful presence, but it is because of the energy, the beautiful energy that you hold within yourself. Okay? They were also aware of their infinite nature. This card of rebirth. So that's another thing. And this is the second time this reference is coming out, I think, in just about the second week. You might have that share quality going on, you know, that kind of ageless vibe, and always reinventing themselves. People might see that in you. It's like you have an ageless quality. Everybody looks at you like, yo, how old? What? Don't you ever age? That kind of thing. But it's because of the energy that you hold. It's the energy that you hold. You keep giving of yourself, and you stay positive, even though everybody has, you know, their downtime. Their little down periods, they do, right? But you don't lose hope in humanity. And I think you have an innate love of people, and sometimes that overwhelms you. So you might be an extrovert. You might be an extrovert, you might be an introvert, but you're introverted because you love people so much that you just want to reach out, but there's this bombardment of energy that comes at you, and that's maybe why you shut off a little bit sometimes. But you love people. It says it says this card of rebirth can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender. So people admire your perseverance, and people also admire the fact that you possess serenity, meaning that just like the serenity prayer, you recognize the things that you can't change, and you recognize that there are things outside of your circle of control. And you get to that point, and you know the difference, so you're able to surrender certain situations that you have no control over. And people admire that about you. It's that infinite trust in the divine and in good and in light that people really tap into when they meet you. It says you have arrived at the beginning. Revel in your newfound inner freedom. So people admire your authenticity, the fact that you're able to go out there and live your truth. You're not just talking about it; you're living it. So this is everybody. This is your guides are applauding you, how far you've come, and the amount of healing that you've done, and the fact that you have so much integrity, and you're out there living your best life. Okay, stepping into your truth. And people also admire this about you, the way that you're able to be carefree and just put yourself, 929 when I said that, put yourself out there, okay? Blockages have fallen away, and there are some opportunities to step into. Stretch your wings and arise like a phoenix. So again, that rebirth vibe, born anew, ready for a new cycle of growth. Celebrate. Honor the road that has brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. So people see like you're above people. People have you on a pedestal. And I'm gonna put you on a pedestal right there, right? People have you on a pedestal, and it's because you shine. No matter how difficult the karmic cycle, we all go through karmic cycles. We're always learning lessons. You still shine. You don't lose your shine. Okay, you're like fine wine. You grow in wisdom, and people and spirit, everybody notices that. Okay, including your person. So let's see what people generally like about you. Okay, so this is people, not, it could be a person too in this, but this is people generally. We'll go into your person specifically in a moment. So from the goddess oracle, or rather, I think it was the goddess of the moon. Yeah, the goddess of the moon oracle, we have attraction. Okay, a card number 44. We have the dragon's duel. We have Sedna, infinite supply. Can you imagine this thing? So there's definitely that infinite quality about you, that I am presence. From the palmistry cards, which I've never used, it's the first time. It says proportionally short nails. I gotta look in the book and see what I mean, but I'm just gonna read it intuitively. And we have the siren. Oh my gosh. A temptation may lead you astray. And listen, this is what I was telling you about people being attracted to you. It is your energy. It is your aura. Look at these two cards here. Okay. Attraction and the siren. This is more sexualized, I find, right? It's more sexualized. This may talk more about romantic relationships and so on, but it's all about what you hold in your vibration. So with this card, you're attracting things to yourself, good things, and perhaps people too, because I see the 4-4 there. Okay, so that could be about a foundation or an emperor, right? And 4-4 also reduced to 8, which is the strength card, but it is also the infinity symbol upright, not so? So again, we have that infinite feeling again. So you attract things, you attract people, you attract romantic companions, sexual companions, because people, and maybe people who won't normally be, how do I put it? Even people who may have a specific orientation, okay, have a specific sexual orientation, may also feel themselves drawn to you, and that's because of the energy that you hold. So let us say you identify as a heterosexual woman. There may be persons who identify as a homosexual man that may be attracted to you, and it's because of the energy. You make people forget about this programming as it relates to gender. And look, we have here the dragon's duel, and that's about, the enmeshment or the merging of masculine and feminine energy. And I feel this is something that you've kind of collapsed inside of yourself, and that's why so many different kinds of people are attracted to you, because you have that perfect balance of masculine and feminine energy that after a while, energetically, people don't recognize a gender in you. They just know that they're in the presence of a beautiful human being. So anybody is going to feel this energy. Animals, plants, babies, everybody responds to you, and it's because of the energy that you are harnessing. And look, we have infinite. Look at this universe. It's like the universe is at your beck and call. Whatever you imagine, whatever you put your mind on, it comes to you. And people notice that. People notice that. They feel this immense power inside of you. They feel it. Some people who are not spiritually aware, they don't know what they're feeling, but they just feel drawn to you. They just feel drawn to you, but it is because you are harnessing the power of the universe. You have the attention of the universe. You have the support of the universe, and people feel that. can manifest anything you want. People think that there's nothing impossible that you can't do. And they may have seen your glow up. Yes. They may have seen your glow up. They may have seen your glow up. I think you're one of those persons, like when you smile, other people smile too. You have that energy within you. Now we have here the Dragon's Duel, and it says inner conflict morality, and it talks about conscious choice. Okay, and it's this. Well, for me, every time I see the Ouroboros, I always think about that infinite dance, and there's that word again, that infinite dance between the polarities, the masculine, the feminine, the good, the bad, the light, the dark. But I feel like you have collapsed this within yourself. And that's why everything in nature, all the elements respond to you. Now, dragons are also about protection. So there's also a very protective vibe that you give off as well. People feel safe in your company. There's something calming about you. It's like you've been through so much that you inspire people. You inspire others. They feel like they're talking to a sage. That's what they feel like. They feel like they're talking to a sage. Look, we have infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of tomorrow. So people like how you're so abundant. And apart from abundant, or rather, people realize that you are abundant because you believe, because you surrender. You surrender your wants and needs to the universe, and you just make space for the universe to bless you. To bless you. People think that you're very psychic. A lot of psychic energy. They think you're very psychic. They think you're very connected to spirit and the divine. They think that you're so very connected to the infinite. I also feel like people, they can't read you very well. There's something very mysterious about you. Like they have the idea, yeah, what they're seeing is nice and beautiful, but they feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, when the whale has its tail in the air, we see the whale tail. Yay! Okay, it's a whale tail. But most of the animal is underneath the water. People feel that about you, that you're so deep. You're so deep. And maybe people, especially people who are romantically attracted to you, they feel like they could spend a lifetime trying to figure out who you are, and they still wouldn't reach the depth of your being. They think you're so deeper than the ocean. Deeper than the ocean. You're very tempting, especially to everybody. Right? I was going to say the opposite sex, but no, to everybody. To everybody. Again, there's something mysterious and otherworldly about you. The way your joyful life, like your surrender, your authenticity, your willingness to put yourself out there and lay yourself bare and to be vulnerable in front of a world that can be so very cruel. People think it's brave. You're ballsy. You're really ballsy. And you're not afraid to be unique. You're not afraid to stand out. You can swim and navigate through any waters. You know, you have that kind of versatility about you. And people appreciate that. Now we have these proportionally small nails. I don't know. I think these are the nails of the artist, the nails of the creative. But this is someone who's practical, isn't it? Right? People that keep short nails is because, you know, maybe their hands are always working or doing some sort of task, whether it's around the house, whether it's crafting something, whether they're working with their hands, a carpenter, something like that. But it's something very practical to do. So they think you're quite practical. They think that you're down to earth. There are no airs about you. There's no pretense. What you see is what you get. Let me read the book just in case I'm missing something, but that's what I'm getting here. Practical, down to earth. It's whatever works in the moment. One second, let me see this one. Nails that are small in proportion to their fingernails suggest a person who burns the candle at both ends. So, hard worker, right? And may run on nervous energy sometimes. You are curious and could be fiery, especially with your temper. Your mind is fast and you have difficulty sticking with anything for long. So you're always moving, you're always changing, you're always reinventing yourself. So that's that share quality. All right. So let us see what your person likes about you now. So that's the world generally. That's spirit and everybody else. Let's see what your person likes about you. We have empowerment and healing. We have communion. Oh, it's like a union card, isn't it? We have trust. We have good timing. And we have naughtiness. That kind of goes with a siren card though. It rarely does. It really goes with a siren card. Okay, so what does your person like about you? Well, you're standing in your power. You're standing in your power. And I think they like, even though they may not say it, they like your spiritual energy and they like your spiritual beliefs. Okay, because they see that this is a firm foundation for you expressing who you are. And it's an integral part of yourself. Okay, you see all the chakras lighting up. I think also you being as strong as you are and you really taking charge of your healing is also pushing them forward to take charge of their healing as well. Okay, I see this a card number 52, and 52 reduced to 7, which is a chariot, which is, you know, mind and body in alignment, divine will and your free will in alignment and pushing you forward. Okay, so this person, I think they're very inspired by you. And they imagine how, and why am I saying imagine? Maybe they do fantasize about you, but they are inspired by your journey, by your energy, and your willpower. They see how abundant you are and how blessed you are by the universe. This woman is collecting stars. They think that there's absolutely nothing that you can't do. And they feel very connected to you. This is what they enjoy. They enjoy the psychic quality of your connection. They enjoy how deep it is. They've never felt this. It says communion. They've never felt this with anyone else. And they feel like the universe has blessed them by having met you. They feel like this is some grace that the universe has extended to them, and unwarranted or undeserved one, because they don't feel they don't feel like they deserve you. They don't. They feel that you are very balanced. That's the card number 74. That reduced to 11. So that's about that Libra energy, that justice card. But they may also think that, I don't know if they know the name, but they might know soulmate. They may also think that you're a soulmate because, we have that 11 kind of thing. But they also see that you've mastered yourself, because master number 11 is about self-mastery. Okay, but I think this is the most they've ever felt connected with another human being, and I think it both repels, yes, and attracts them. It's scary. What does your person like about you? They like that you are trustworthy, that they can trust you, and I don't think your person usually trusts people easily. Okay, for this to come up, it's definitely one of the most important qualities, or the quality that your person values the most. It's high up there. It's high up there, and you are high up there in their mind. You are elevated above the rest in their mind because they trust you. They think that you are trustworthy. They admire how you trust spirit completely. How you can surrender your life into the hands of spirit. That kind of belief, that kind of devotion is very awe-inspiring to them. Now we have good timing. Okay. They just thank universe that they met you. They think that this is a twist of fate. They think that this is destiny. And I do think there's another message here. I don't think it's from them. It's like your person's going through a tower moment right now. And somehow this tower moment is going to pave the way for you guys to come together. But this is an aside. It's like divine timing is now kind of way. So this is an aside. But they just find it so serendipitous the way that you guys met. I don't know what is the story behind you guys meeting, but there's something about it that's very magical. And your person sees you as a sun. They see you as a sun. The sun is in most of the in these three cards here at the bottom. They see you as the sun. And even though you're elevated above the rest, even though you are very mature, they also like your childlike qualities. They think you're very playful, mischievous, very naughty, in bed and out of bed, kind of way. Yes. And you bring out that playful quality in them as well. Around you, life just takes on a whole other meaning. They can have fun doing the most mundane tasks. I mean, this guy, he's trimming a bloody hedge, and there's this woman tweaking his bum. So they just love how playful you are, and you really like spice up their life. You really do. So that's what your person likes about you. Let's see what spirit likes about you. The message that wants to come through. So we already got the infinite there. Underneath the deck, the message. I do think that spirit appreciates that you're open to the messages from the universe, and you might be responding to the messages from the universe at this time. So let's see. What does spirit like about you? We have the wheel. So spirit likes how you surrender. Okay. You realize, you get to the point where, you know what, I can't do this by myself. I have to co-create with the universe, or I have to let spirit take the wheel, right? I have to let spirit take the wheel. Okay, so spirit admires the trust that you have in the divine. Spirit admires your convictions, your beliefs. Spirit admires how you're able to take whatever tools that they have given you, and you're able to change this into gold. into gold. It's like you take advantage of every opportunity that spirit presents to you, and they also admire your commitment to learning the lessons that you're meant to learn in this lifetime. And it looks like they're giving you some sort of boon in the very near future, because you've done so very well in closing off the cycles that you are meant to close off. Aww. So let's get the last bit of advice for you from Spirit. This is the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. It's a gift from one of our soul sisters, Matsumi. Okay, let's get a card. Okay, let's see what this is. And it says Sacred Scar. And again, look at this woman. She's bearing it all for the world. And you know what? You've got, listen, life has not been easy. Okay? Particularly when it comes to relationships. You've had heartache and pain. I think you've been hurt, scarred over, and yet still you believe and still you surrender. And this is a very magical quality, because it's very easy to become embittered when we've had those experiences over and over again. But it takes someone really brave to open up their heart despite everything that has happened. This is a card, another number 11. So there's definitely balance. And again, we have that theme about the balance of masculine and feminine energies as well. So let's see what this card is about. I'm not going to read all of it, just piece, and then we're going to do the healing process, which I think is a very important part of this card. It says, your inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. Amen. They are signs of strength and survival, of your willingness to be alive. So even some of you who may identify with, self-harming in the past, in whatever way, whether it's through actual self-harm, cutting, suicidal ideation, suicidal attempts, reckless behavior, things that put you at risk. Okay, Spirit is saying you're still here, so you're still a fighter, you're still a survivor, and you need to recognize that. It says the sacred scar speaks of that which once caused pain can be transformed. Trauma shall be transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from woundedness to wisdom. And perhaps you've already made that shift. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do. So nothing that you've gone through has been in vain. It is all as meant to be. All has gone to plan, so that you can learn the lessons that you need to learn in this life. You are strong and you shall flourish on all levels. The oracle of the sacred scar lets you know that your greatest struggles are the pathway to your potential. You are not being punished. These circumstances have not been imposed upon you by Spirit, but Spirit will work with you to free you of negativities and bring you into the light, stimulating the sacred alchemical wisdom within your heart that knows how to distill goodness, grace, and healing from even the most terrible experience. And that's what you've done. You've transmuted all that pain into something and someone incredibly wonderful. And this is what people are attracted to. Now it says, place your hand at your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. Repeat this 3 times. Then you can say the following, or you can listen to the following. I am a divine soul on a sacred journey. The wounds that are healing are where the light is meant is most active within me. When pain gets my attention, it is the divine wisdom within asking me to notice and learn something helpful and compassionate. My scars are signs of wisdom gain. The light can and will assist me in transforming even the most difficult struggles into holy paths of grace. Healing shall manifest completely, generously, and lovingly according to divine timing for the spiritual benefit of all beings. I am grateful, I am strong, and I am blessed. Rest, reflect. Are there issues you believe you cannot heal? Can you hand them over to Spirit with the belief they can and will be healed? Repeat the above statement if you feel it would help you anchor confidence and trust in your heart and mind. Ground, replenish, and hydrate yourself. You have completed the healing process. So you are a spiritual warrior. And people feel that strength, people feel that energy, and people feel like because you've been through the fire, that you will understand their pain. They feel that empathy within you. They feel that strength within you, and this is what attracts them to you. My love, grow with grace. And I thank you so much for everything that you're doing for this channel. Your likes, dislikes, your comments, your cups of coffee, the support of the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, whatever it is you do for this channel, I thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Hey pal two, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this brooch here with this beautiful blue stone, this oh my gosh, as soon as I touched it, this could be your reading. So maybe there's something about the throat chakra that needs to come through with this blue here. Maybe there's something about your voice that is distinctive. Maybe it could be that you struggle to speak your truth, or you could be a good speaker or meant to be a good speaker or good communicator. Maybe that's what people like about you, a good communicator. And whatever you say, it looks like it enlightens and illuminates. So that you could be maybe a singer, I don't know. Anyway, so we are asking, you know what, my other phone is just, I didn't want my notifications to distract from the reading. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's have a look. So we're asking what makes you lovable in terms of what other people see that makes you lovable in their eyes. What do people like about you? We're going to ask what your person likes about you. But this card, the significator, is what everybody likes about you. Other people, your person, and spirit also. Okay, so I'm really getting, even before I turn over the card to read it, I'm getting a kind of rebirth thing going on here, one. And I'm really getting somebody with a powerful third eye. Okay, I see it embedded in here. Or it could be like, if you're hearing the phrase like third eye rising or something like that. So it's like you're unfolding like a flower. Okay, yeah, same kind of pattern there. You're unfolding like a flower. The powers of your third eye, it could be that they're just now beginning to really unfold. What people like about you, you're spiritually, you're a spiritual powerhouse. You're a spiritual powerhouse, but I feel like your gifts are still unfolding. This is what I feel like. I feel like your gifts are still unfolding. This third eye has not reached its full potential. It's just emerging. And this almost feels like a kind of a lotus flower energy here. Just emerging. So you're being reborn. You're remembering who you are. So what do people like about you? What does spirit like about you? What your person likes about you? It's your spiritual beliefs. So all your, let's say, religious beliefs. Okay, your spiritual or religious beliefs. Your faith. how perceptive or how intuitive you are. People feel that. People feel like when they meet you, they feel like, this is a spiritual being, or a sacred being. That energy flows off of you. Let's see what it says. Awakened awareness. Okay, so that's what people like about you. They feel like you're conscious, like you're woke. They sense that immediately. You can't hide it. Maybe sometimes you do try to hide it. Okay? Because maybe you're a little afraid still. This person's still in hiding. Okay? Just peeking out. Making sure it's safe, right? But people feel that you are woke. You are woke. You have an elevated understanding at its base. Right? An elevated understanding. People think that you have such interesting ideas. People find that conversations with you are illuminating, inspiring, and really help them see the world in a different way. The world through your eyes is something to behold. So let's see what it says. There are many levels of awakening. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. So people feel that you're not afraid to take on challenges, because challenge and change, challenges and change, that's where we see the most soul growth. And it's like you run into it. You leap at the opportunity to challenge yourself, to develop your gifts. And people like that about you. They think you might be like one of those lifelong students. Maybe you're always doing a course. You're always, what's that word? Oh my God. You're always doing refresher courses, even in your professional life. Okay, you're always trying to develop your gifts. You're always doing something different, something unique, and you just keep on pushing your boundaries. And people enjoy that because you really inspire them. Stay aligned with your inner guidance and what you love to keep your vibe high. So people think you're very high vibrational, and people think that you really trust yourself. You don't doubt your intuition. When you feel the energy, when you feel the vibe, you move. You're very instinctive, very intuitive, and people admire that. You don't have to rely on the opinions or on the perceptions of others. You have a very heightened sense of your intuition and where you need to be at any given point in time. Seek not instant pleasure, but substantial and sustainable joy. So you are willing to put in the work for whatever you want. Okay, you're not about the quick fix. Okay, you are looking to build some sort of legacy, and you don't mind doing the hard work, putting in the elbow grease to make that happen. Whether it is spiritually, whether it is in the workplace, or whether it is even with your family. Okay, you're always there trying and persevering. It says, eat healthily, keep your body active, and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers to your prayers. So maybe you really take care of your body, or you're being pushed right now, or you've stepped onto a kind of self-love path that focuses primarily on your body right now. So maybe you've changed your diet, maybe you're doing a little more exercise, getting out in nature just a little bit more. People are seeing it. People are seeing the changes in you, and I'm really getting that. You are inspiring people. Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside you, not as an external seeking, but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective, and I get that as well. It's like you're able to see the different sides of an argument, an issue, an argument or an issue. You're able to see all the different facets, all the different nuances. And people like that about you. You're fair. You have a sense of fairness. You can put yourself in other people's shoes. So very empathic and empathetic as well. Look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. So you also see beyond what is being said to the unsaid, and even to the unknown. I really do feel like you have access to so many different realms of consciousness, whilst a lot of people may feel more comfortable with surface level stuff. I think you're very deep, and you're not afraid to challenge your own boundaries and your own ideas and your own philosophies and your own understanding of things. You're teachable, and you're open to different viewpoints, and I think people like that about you. That is not to say that you won't defend something that you feel passionate about, but in the face of evidence or observation, you will make the necessary adjustments and refine or fine-tune whatever you identify as your truth. Okay, you recognize truth as something that is evolving. Okay, it's not an absolute. And I think people really do like that about you, because you are the most authentic version of yourself in that present moment. Okay, so let's get into the main cards here. So I've divided these into two. These bigger cards here, and there's a tiny card as well. This is what other people like about you. And these, well, it's supposed to be 6. 5. Hierophant vibes, right? These 5 cards here is what your person likes about you, what they find lovable about you. So let's see what other people find lovable about you. So from the Goddess of the Moon deck, we have patience. Very nice. Okay, so you're not a wait. You're not a wait. You're not afraid of waiting and working towards what you want or what you manifest. Okay, so we have patience. Okay, so I'll go deeper into these cards. We have the Dream Walker, about following your dreams. That's what it seems to be to me. We have Pele, Divine Passion. Why do you have another one of these cards? Nobody else had any of these another one of these. And we again, we see the lotus flower and we see the dragon. Let's see what it is. We have Vulnerability. It's interesting. From the Palmistry deck, we have Fate Line Starts Within the Lifeline. And then we have the Caduceus. And it says, you will receive news from afar. So apart from what people like about you, there's what people love about you. Spirit is letting you know that there's some kind of message, and it's a message of healing. Okay, Caduceus is all about healing, and it's a message of healing, or it's going to bring healing to your heart. And it looks like that message is heading your way. Let me just adjust the lighting. One second. Sorry about all the interruptions, guys. Thank God you're patient and kind. Yeah, people find that you are patient and kind. They really do. They see that you have invested in some really long-term projects, and maybe even in some long-term relationships. You are committed. Nobody can question your commitment when you commit yourself to a goal, a project, an idea. Okay, you are ready to see it out till the very end, and you can see it off in the distance. And no matter how long it takes, you know that what is meant for you will never pass you. And that reminds me of something. I dreamt my dad the other night. Well, I dream him most nights these days. And we were talking, and I think, what were we talking about? I think we were talking about, I think probably most likely, my desire to have children, and I felt like time was running out. And then he said, time never runs out for anything that is destined. That's what it said. That's what he said. And that's what I feel like with this card. You have a lot of patience because you know that what is meant for you will not pass you. It will never expire. It will never elapse. It will come to you when it's meant to come to you. And that tells me another thing that people love about you. It's your faith and trust in the universe. And faith and trust in yourself and in your intuition. Look, we have the moon here. And there's a kind of like feeling here that even though this seems really near, it's kind of far off. Or maybe if it seems far off, but it's really near, right? Whatever it is, you know it's coming to you. And you're not afraid to wait for it and to let it happen. You're attracting it to you. So for some of you, you might have like that magician's energy because it's a card number 36. And 36 reduces to 9. That's Hermit, that's Virgo, and Virgo is also magician. Magician is also Gemini. Both of them are ruled by Mercury. So there's that thing about communication again. And every time I think about my throat, my throat chakra just goes. So there's definitely something here. I feel like your life purpose is aligned with something to do with your throat chakra. Something to do with the throat chakra. There's some kind of communication, whether it's written communication. Maybe you're meant to write a book, or a blog or vlog, or you're meant to express yourself in some sort of public way. You're meant to speak your truths in some sort of public way. And that's meant to inspire others. And then we have the dream walker. You're not afraid to pursue your dreams. No matter how weird or how quirky they may be. And you might even be alone on this quest. Okay? Standing there with nothing but spirit to support you. But you don't mind being out there. Because you have complete faith and trust in your visions, in your dreams, and where you're being guided by spirit. It says dreams, the collective good, and illusions. And that's another thing. One of your dreams, it looks like, is to do something that is going to benefit all of humanity. You have that kind of big life goal, and maybe you tell people about it, and they admire you for it. So whether it's to start a soup kitchen or some sort of NGO, or just channeling messages from spirit, you're not afraid to put yourself out there and offer yourself up into the service of humanity. You're not afraid to walk the path less trodden. So there's a bravery and courage about you that people find very likable, very lovable. People think that you're very passionate. Whatever sex, gender, kind of person you're attracted to romantically, they feel your sexuality. You have a very strong sex appeal, vibration. They feel like you are this volcano just smoldering with passion, and they want to be there when it bursts open, Yeah, that's what they see. They think you're a wild... Okay, even if you are male in body, they think you're a wild woman. There's something untamed about you, and it's a feminine aspect of you. It's very untamed and free, and will not be bound, will be authentic no matter the cause. You must follow your passion. You must follow things that excite you. And there are not many people that live like that nowadays, right? A lot of people are bogged down in jobs that they don't even like, bogged down with partners that they don't even like, sleeping with people they don't even like. They don't even like them. Even on the base level, they don't like them. But you're not like that. You don't live your life like that. Your life must be authentic. It says be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And I think that's you. you're honest with yourself and your emotions and your feelings, and you're not afraid to walk that path, even if it means attracting the judgment of others. You're like, whatever, that's their business, has nothing to do with me. And you're just pursuing your dreams. So if you want to dance by a bloody volcano, you're going to dance by a bloody volcano. People feel that goddess energy in you. And that's not something that can be contained, although people will come and try to contain it because they want to harness this power and passion for themselves. People want to experience it, just to stand in that energy. So you might find some of your sex partners, they feel high just being in your energetic space. You don't have to be talking anything sexual. You don't have to anticipate that something sexual is going to happen. They just feel this vibe. And this also makes you a master manifestor and a master creator. So you're very creative. And that is because you allow that power from your sacral chakra to just be free and not bound by the ideologies and the shaming of the world. You are who you are. But at the same time, you're very powerful, right? We have this goddess energy here. We have Pele. But you're also not afraid to be vulnerable and put yourself out there. It says, when we are truly honest with ourselves. So that's another thing about you are truly honest with yourself. And of course, to thy own self be true, right? And then of course, if we're true to ourselves, we can't help but be true to other people. So people find you very straightforward. People find you very trustworthy. And it is because you have integrity, right? You're not just acting right when other people are around. Okay, it's something in your internal compass. Okay, so it says, when we are truly honest with ourselves in all our facets, we are vulnerable. That honesty is an important step in discovering our shadows and bringing them into the light for healing. So you are about radical honesty. You see yourself. You see every part of yourself. You're light and you're not so light. The shadow and the facade. You see it all and you embrace it all because you realize that, this is the totality of who you are. This is what has made you who you are. And there's wisdom in the shadow energy as well. And you're learning from that. When we share our vulnerabilities with others, so I think that's another thing that people like about you. You're not afraid to share your experiences, no matter how weird or how low vibrational they may have been. So maybe some of you might have had addictions, maybe to toxic relationships, maybe to substances, maybe just not treating yourself the way you deserved, whatever it is. You can be honest with yourself and you can be honest with others about that. Okay, you're not afraid to put yourself out there if it's going to help somebody else. When we share our vulnerabilities with others, we allow them to glimpse a deeper part of ourselves. Be vulnerable with yourself and others. It may be time to step into the role of healer and hold space. And it's interesting that healer will come up in this card because healer comes up in this card as well. So there's something about your energy that is very healing, or some of you might be energy workers, healers, light workers, and people really respect you. Respect that you've decided to walk this path. Maybe some of you guys have left traditional jobs to do this. And again, that's something that people see as very, very brave. But I think just your energy is healing to people. And again, the stories you tell also give people a lot of peace and a lot of guidance. It may be time to step into the role of healer and hold space for others. Holding space means being fully present without judgment. So people like that you're non-judgmental. And you're like that because you've had so many different life experiences. So you're coming from a place of compassion and not a place of judgment. Be fully present without judgment in a way that provides a safe and nurturing environment. So people also feel your Empress energy. When they are in your presence, they feel loved, they feel heard, and they feel validated. Here, guards are dropped. A deeper level of awareness and relating can unfold, awakened awareness, right? And prolonged healing takes place. So just you sharing your story heals people. Just people being in your presence helps people heal. So there's definitely some sort of healing energy that you possess, or you might have some kind of career that involves healing. Maybe you might even be a medical doctor, a Reiki or energy healer, Moneki, whatever it is. People love that about you. And I think people find that you enjoy whatever you're doing. Your job, your family, your life. You've created a life for yourself that you truly enjoy. And there's a sense of peace in your life that people wish that they had. And because your life is drama-free, you are also drama-free. And I think people see you as a refuge. Now we have here, fate line starts with the lifeline. So I'm getting that you are in alignment with your destiny at this point in time. And it looks like you're going through a transformation process. We have card number 49. So that reduces to 13, which is the death card. Okay, let me read from the book what this card means. Number 49. Because I'm not that versed in palmistry. Yes, it's the tiniest book in the world. All right, let's see. Handlines 56. All right, let's see what we got here. 49, it says. Okay. Many of your tests and financial hurdles, involve home and family when a Saturn line or forked branch starts within the lifeline, like this card here. Many of your tests and financial burdens involve home and family. Okay, so home, family members, it looks like that is where most of your karmic experiences for your growth, for your healing, may come from. Some of you may be charged with ancestral healing, transmuting of ancestral karma. It says your physical home spells security and stability and always make you feel secure. So as I said before, there's a stability about you that people like. There's a nurturing about you that people like. But I'm also getting here, besides the transmutation of ancestral karma, it says old ways, traditions make you feel secure. There might be some sort of ancestral gifts that you are ensuring the conservation of at this time. And I feel it's spiritual. It's spiritual. So there's something that's been passed on in your lineage that you are aligning yourself to at this time. And people see it. You're putting it out there. This is not something that you're hiding. You're putting it out there. So a lot of you might be root workers or some sort of spiritual healer, some kind of energy healer. And this is a gift that's been passed down through your ancestral line. And as you step fully into that life purpose, you are transmuting ancestral karma. This is how the scales are going to be balanced for your ancestral line. This is part of your job. Let's see what your person loves about you. So from the healing cards, we have honoring truth, which is so interesting because we had a lot of truth and authenticity and integrity coming through. We have mastery. We have delight. We have sensuality, and that came out already as well. So we're getting confirmation of everything. And then we have grace. Beautiful. So what people like about you? Well, you're the truth speaker. And I'm really noticing his robes here. There's something very spiritual and religious about these robes. Okay. So, and remember when the cards came out and I said you got 5 of these, and I said the Hierophant. I'm really getting Hierophant vibes from this as well. So you're a guru, you're a teacher, and I think you're teaching your person a lot of things. You may not know, but your person kind of hangs on to your every word, and they find that you are full of wisdom. So they like that you're wise, but they like that you are very authentic as well. They see you as very strong. It's a card number 53. Okay, that reduced to 8. They think that you're very strong. That's a strength card, right? Okay. They think that you're very authentic. They trust you because you are trustworthy, right? They trust you because you're trustworthy. And again, I'm getting, look, 5 here. So the vibration of 5, the Hierophant, and the vibration of 3, the Empress. So you're this teacher, Empress energy all in one. So some of you watching, you might be Leo, because we had the 8 already. Some of you might be Taurus. Some of you might be Libra. Either way, this person finds you very balanced, very grounded, and very trustworthy. They see you as having mastered yourself, okay? In a world that is full of chaos, they think that you stand head and shoulders above the rest. You are elevated above all others. They also see you as having a lot of love to give, okay? They see you as blessed, okay? Full of the abundance of the universe. They see you as deeply spiritual. Maybe even very emotional, and you're not afraid to show your emotions. So card number 76, that reduced to 13. So another transformation energy again. So they like your ability to adapt and to change. Your person also likes how other people respect you, right? You're somebody respectable in your community. And they like that. They look up to you and other people look up to you. And they like that. They feel proud to be connected to someone like you. Because they see a lot of people like bowing before you. You know, kind of Shaolin master kind of vibes. Waiting for your inspiration. Look, people, beings surrendering to spirit because of you. And you're doing that just by being. You're not doing anything special. You're just being you. And you're inspiring others. They love how you delight in the simple things in life. You can find joy anywhere, in the company of anyone. They think you are an absolute delight. They find that you are happy with yourself. And because you're happy with yourself, you can find happiness anywhere. This person loves being around you. Like every day with you is a good day. It's a good day. They feel that sense of oneness. They feel that sense of community. when they are around you, and they love your sensuality. There's something about you that's so mysterious. It's a card number 20. So they think that you are woke, right? Okay. But they also feel the mystery of the high priestess around you. And that makes you very, very attractive to this person. Again, it's that inner depths that they feel that they want to explore. They think that you're graceful, that you're elegant, and that you have the favor and support of the divine universe, angels, spirit guides around you. They feel that protection from spirit around you. They feel like you are a gift from the divine. They think you're very special. They think you're one of a kind, one in a million. They feel like the favor of the divine upon you. You are not like anybody else that they have ever known. So they do recognize how special you are. I told you this person has elevated you. They definitely have you on that pedestal. Let's see what spirit likes about you. What does spirit think is lovable about you? Well, possibly everything. The voyage. So it looks like spirit likes that you've stepped onto your path and really start to stand in your power. Another 8 here again. Okay, what does spirit find lovable about you? Everything, I imagine. We have the body. Answer card number 6. That's about love. So, and we got something here with the body and self-care. So I think it looks like that right now you are on some kind of self-care journey. Okay? You're taking care of yourself. You're treating your body as a sacred temple. So you're setting healthy boundaries energetically and otherwise. You're doing the things that you enjoy. You're making changes to honor and nurture this body, this experience, this lifetime in this particular body. I'm also getting here as well, like you've been doing a lot of healing work, especially with regard to balancing your masculine and feminine energies. And spirit is applauding you for that. Also getting like there's something that you do or that you embody that sends the message that we are one body or a unity consciousness. Spirit may also be trying to bring to your awareness maybe some kind of self-esteem or self-image issue that you're kind of finally getting on top of, a kind of acceptance of your body. And spirit is applauding you for that. So maybe this is what, for some of you, this is what your healing works around, the acceptance of self, of every part of you, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual. And I want to congratulate you on that. Let's get the last bit of advice from Spirit. And it's from the White Light Oracle. Let's get one card. Ooh, we got two. Let's have a look. So the first one is telepathy of Terra Mater. Okay. And we have Aurora of Gamma. And yeah, I'm really getting a lot of self-love here. Aurora is the goddess of the dawn, right? So it's like a new beginning for you, the dawning of a new day, a new cycle. And that really corresponds with that energy of awakening and the awakening consciousness that we tapped into as the first card here. So it's like there's a new cycle that's starting for you, right? A big awakening, like you're unfolding and putting yourself out there, laying yourself bare for the world. I also see like increased psychic gifts, some upgrades coming your way. You're going to see things in a whole new way. I'll read a couple from this, but I will read the healing process in this one. Okay. And they're both card number 9s. So your journey is really self-focused right now. It's all about what makes you feel good. Your own dreams, your own aspirations. All right, let's see card number 36. Okay. So it says telepathy of Terra Mater. The pathway for your spiritual fulfillment and the sacred manifestation of your purpose is not necessarily logical and will evolve organically. The skillful and unpredictable workings of Mother Earth are supporting your soul journey unconditionally. And it's so interesting because remember we had this card, right? Being supported by Mother Earth. Look at here. Following up on inspired ideas and allowing for unexpected shifts in direction are integral to the manifestation of your soul purpose. Commit to an idea that feels good to your heart. Even if it seems improbable or unattainable, it will manifest successfully. So Spirit's saying right now you have to be kind of open and kind of fluid. There's going to be upgrades, okay? A lot of ideas, inspired ideas are going to come to you, and you just have to go with the flow right now. Know that you are being supported by the universe. Know that you are being supported by Mother Earth in this, but you are gradually aligning in the most organic way to your life path and soul purpose. So time isn't running out. Everything that is meant to come to you is going to come to you. And let's see. Card number 27. Okay. It says Aurora of Gamma. It is time to let go of what has been. I told you it's the new dawn, right? You are swiftly outgrowing your past. Explore and commit to a spiritual practice that supports your personal transformation so that you can cross the threshold before you now. Which is interesting. You see, so the Spirit's saying there's a portal that's opening up for you right now, okay? And there's some things that you have to leave behind. And maybe this balloon represents a childhood or past experience. This can't come with her through this portal here. So there are things, people, places, and this is also card number 9, that can't come with you through some kind of portal that you're about to cross over. And it may be old belief systems, things that no longer resonate with your truth. Explore, embrace your freedom to be creative in your approach, rather than doggedly committing yourself to your previous ideas or plans. Again, be fluid. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. Continue your healing journey and trust that a positive outcome is imminent. Aurora is a Roman goddess of the dawn, the bringer of light, and the initiatrix of a new cycle or chapter in your life. She is the luminous dispel of darkness, the flickering flame of hope in the heart that can burn into such a radiant, holy fire that even the greatest challenges do not cause the soul to turn away in fear. Her presence in a reading signifies a fresh start and the overcoming of an old cycle. Aurora of the dawn, Aurora of Gamma indicates a shift into a new cycle, but also the growing presence of the light within, which is the creative light of spirit. Tuning into that light opens up options for living soulfully, away from the grip of ignorance, no longer constantly ensnared by the compelling but ultimately fraudulent conjurations of the ego. Her new era is an inner transformation with positive external consequences. Trust in what your inner light is manifesting in your heart and in your world. And the healing process here is this. Settle into a comfortable position and consciously connect with your breath as it flows in and out. When you're ready, close your eyes and relax. Focus on your breath, allowing it to become deeper and slower, perhaps even with a slight pause after inhalation and a slight pause after exhalation. As you relax, the pauses may lengthen. Allow this to be natural and unforced. Your awareness can gently settle within the center of your brain. Let there be a soft light there, glowing, expanding, and bring a sense of peace, openness, and relaxation into your brain. Rest here for as long as feels good. As your awareness gently settles within the center of your heart, let there be a soft light there, glowing, expanding, and bringing a sense of peace, openness, and relaxation into your heart. Rest here for as long as feels good. Your awareness then settles within your lower belly. There's a soft light there, glowing, expanding, and bringing a sense of peace, openness, and relaxation into your stomach, belly, and down to your colon. Rest here for as long as feels good. These three lights align so that a soft bridge of light can form between them. The bridge rises, connecting the lower body to your heart and your heart to your brain. Let your awareness rest at the top of your head. Let there be light and stillness beneath any activity going on within or around you. Rest here for as long as you wish. When you are ready, bring your awareness back to the outer surfaces of your body and the flow of your breath. Take as much time as you need to ground yourself and hydrate your body. You have completed your healing process. So right now, some of you are definitely going through an awakening process. Some of you have some kind of kundalini energy arising right now. But Spirit said right now the focus needs to be inward and on your healing. On your healing. Because this is what's going to pave the path forward for you. All right, my love, that was your reading. I hope that it helped you. Grateful for everything that you do for this channel. Your likes, shares, dislikes, subscribes, your comments. They all help the channel grow. And I thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Round 3, if you chose this close on flower, this is going to be your reading. So let me put you right here. And I think this flower is just so elegant with just the right touch of bling and, you know, that innocence and glamour. I really do like that. So well, let's find out what's lovable about you. Well, everything is love about you. You were made from love, right? You're made from love. You came from love. So everything is lovable about you. But what do people find lovable about you? What does spirit find that's most lovable about you right now? And what does your person find lovable about you? That's what we're going to go into today. So this card is what everybody finds lovable about you. Okay, so let's see. And it says Mount Shasta. Okay, so there's something very formidable about you. There's something very powerful about you. People see you as tapped in. Like you know about the Matrix. Ooh. For some of you guys that are listening, you guys are, I'm also going to give you messages, by the way, messages. You guys are what we call grid workers, okay? Grounding energies. You ground energies into the grid of Gaia. And sometimes you might do this in very practical ways. Energetically, you're definitely doing it. But in terms of environmentalism and recycling, that kind of thing, you are really, in a real sense, raising the vibration of the planet and of persons around you. You might feel for some of you guys, now my sister Lily Rose, she has a student, not currently, but before, who was able to sense places of high vibration, like it's like positive portals. So like, see, like Mount Shasta, places like Stonehenge. So okay, these are obvious high vibrational places, but they're places in a little neighborhood, wherever, that have these portals of positive energy, where you as a light worker, you can stand there and kind of get recharged, like an electric car. She could sense those portals, and I think she was doing an app that would show people, light workers, spiritualists, anybody who's interested, where these portals are in any given place of the world. And I think she was going to start in France, if I remember. You might be able to do this work as well. You can sense these high vibrational and perhaps low vibrational places as well. And of course, my neighbor will wait till I start the reading to drill up. Oh, oh my goodness. But yeah, you're doing that practical labor intensive work, you know, recycling, that kind of thing. You might be an advocate, that kind of stuff, but you're really tapped into earth, really a really grounded personality. People like that. You're a grounded personality, but at the same time, you're high vibe, right? You can tap into starseed, a lot of starseed energy, a lot of starseed support. You're galactic. That is the word, galactic. Anyway, so let's read this, but that's what I get. And people sense that about you. Yeah, you're grounded, but there's also highly developed sense of intuition. It says, aware that Lemuria would be destroyed, its people traveled to other parts of the globe. So maybe you resonate with that kind of starseed energy, that kind of lineage. Mount Shasta was one place they journeyed. There are tales of unusual phenomena and multidimensional beings living inside the mountains. So you're definitely a multidimensional being. Now, we saw it here. Okay, we have the 3D level, 4D level, 5D, 6D, all up into the galaxies, so up into source. So you're tapped in like a shapeshifter. You have access. So some of you guys might be Virgos, might be Scorpios, because they High Priestess too, she's Persephone. Okay, these people have access, or they represent people who have access. When we go back to the story of Virgo the maid, and Persephone also represented And that's also who is represented on the High Priestess card, Persephone. Remember, she had to spend 6 months living with Hades, okay, in the underworld, and then 6 months in the heavens with her mom. So she always had access to both realms. So you are someone who can easily access and tap into both realms of consciousness. So some of you might be able to do a lot of shamanic work whilst also doing channeling a lot of divine energy as well. And people sense that. This card is about origins, and the image of the seed crystal this deck is based around. Honor and look more deeply into your ancestry, both your bloodline and your etheric lineage. Okay, so definitely starseed energy, and people pick that up. They see you as otherworldly, like you're not meant to be here. You're not meant to be here. Do you have an affinity with any star beings? Connecting with them now might allow you greater insight into your traits, your strengths, and your challenges. I also get as well, when we talk about traits, strengths, and challenges, is that you are a person who is very self-aware. And I wrote a post today on my other channel about radical objectivity. And I feel like you are one of those persons. You're able to see yourself. And that is a very, very hard thing to do for some people. Some people are absolutely oblivious. I mean, it's like, you know, that whole thing with Johari's window. Okay, there's the facade, okay, that we present to the world. There's this conscious self that we know about. We have an unconscious or subconscious self that's also operating. And then we have the unknown. I feel like you might even have a sense of the unknown. Of your unknown self. I feel like that. I feel like that. Because that's the unknown. Okay, so things that are happening way behind the scenes, and you have access. The sacred places you feel attracted to may have an intuitive message for you. So I do think that you are a channel for divine energy and natural empath, intuitive, reader. And people may value your perceptiveness. You may find yourself, people are always coming to you for some kind of advice, because people just think, oh, you just give great advice, but you're really channeling. You're really channeling advice. People also like that you're a hard worker. I get that. Okay. All right. So this pile of cards, we're going to separate into two. So this pile will be about what other people like about you, what other people find lovable about you. And these sets of cards, what your person finds lovable about you. So let's get into it. So from the Goddess of the Moon deck, we have extremes. Go hard or go home. Go hard or go home. I don't know. I heard Aries energy. Go hard or go home. You are the life of the party. Even if you are an introvert, people just kind of galvanize around you because something is going to pop off. People also like how you're versatile. You can fit into any kind of social setting. But also you have this wild side that you don't show to everybody. And maybe that's why I went to that Johari's window thing. Okay, so you have this facade. High Priestess. Oh. And then you have this other side. Devil. Yeah. And people like that. They like how you can switch things up because you're fun. You're fun to be around. And people find you non-judgmental. We will go more deeper into that card. Let me just get them out. From the wisdom of the hidden realms, we have the keeper of the scales, fairness and balance, and that's why we got about that being grounded. People really feel that, and that's why people trust you. to give advice. We have Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others. Demands on your time and energy. Look at my posts today, 14th of October, on my other channel, Made for Love. Because one of the main messages that's been circulating in the collective right now, and definitely one of the main lessons that we learn on a self-love journey, is boundaries. Protecting yourself, protecting your energy. Okay, not giving yourself away, not abandoning yourself. Okay, and I do feel this is something that you learned and something that you're emulating to others. So we'll go deeper into that. We have extra long index finger. I'm gonna have to read it from the book because I am not a palmistry expert. What is the extra long index finger about? I think it's something to do with power and authority. We're going to find out. And then we have here seduction. See what I'm telling you? They think you're a seductress. You guys might be able to watch pile 1, I think. I'll make a note of it. I think it's pile 1 that had the siren. Hold 1 second. So I'm just making a note. Match with a siren. Okay, so I'll find out which pile that one was. Yeah, you're hot. People think that you are sexy as F. Okay, and I'm really getting a lot of fire sign energy with these cards. Okay, but it's just as I told you. This is what people like, the way you can switch up. There she is. Classy. Okay? In the Caribbean, we say, you can't mash hands. Can do no wrong. But when the lights are off, there you are. It's almost a split personality. But you see, you've collapsed that separatedness, right? You merged. This is all of who you are. You've merged. And you've accepted all parts of yourself. The deeply spiritual part, because she's cloaked all in this purple here that indicates the third eye. And we see all that energy going on around her crown. And she has a crown on. Okay? And she loves herself. Look at that Ace of Cups in her hand. She loves herself. And she's assessing who is worthy of this big other cup of love that she has there. Okay? So she has a lot of love to give, but this person also sexy as F. And it's because the masculine and feminine energies within you are balanced. Look, we have the vibration of 34. 34 reduces to 7, which is about moving forward, going after what you want. But it's also the vibration of the Emperor and the Empress. So you're assertive, okay? You're not afraid of your desires. You go out there, you get it. But at the same time, you're willing to receive. In terms of what lovers like about you, it is exactly that. The fact that you are versatile. You can be submissive. You can be domineering. Okay? You might like vanilla sex sometimes, and sometimes fuck me up. You understand? You know, it's that kind of energy that you have. You know? So it's always a good time, right? It's always a good time. And lovers were like, they just don't know which one will pop out. They don't know. Surprise me. But again, it's about balance. I told you, you've balanced your masculine and feminine energies. For some reason, people have always said that feminine energy needs to look like this, and masculine energy is allowed to look like that. But you're balanced. You're accepting that everybody has both masculine and feminine aspects. Okay? And you're not required to conform to any particular thing. You're just required to be you. So you're very balanced. And you can really see both sides of an argument, of an issue. And again, it's because of the balance of the masculine and feminine energies. Weird message coming through. with this Justice card, because it's a card number 11. So this is mastery of self, right? So that's balance of the polarities. What came through is that you are a leader. Now, I don't know if you're in the public eye or if you're doing this energetically. That's helping the world come back into balance. Because, for decades, for centuries, we had, patriarchal rule and the rise of toxic masculinity. And then there was a huge pushback just after World War I, World War II. And for some time, we've had, it seems to me, toxic femininity too. And that has to happen sometimes for scales to be balanced. Okay? You swing from one end of the extreme to another, and then you come into stability. I'm getting that you are one of those that's leading the world back to center. Back to center. Because before the rise of established religion and so on, when we look back at our ethnic spirituality and or indigenous spirituality, they always emphasized the balance between the masculine and feminine energy. Okay? And they revered those who were able to contain and balance both energies within themselves. So, we call them two-spirit people. They're African tribes. Oh gosh, I forget the name of the African tribe. What are they called? They who are both masculine and feminine. Something like that. Oh my gosh. I'm just mangling this because I just read it. Okay? But there've always been indigenous cultures who have recognized these special persons who can hold these two polarities in unison. And you are one of those. That's why both feminine and masculine energies enjoy being around you. And they enjoy coming to you for advice. It's because you're balanced. You see, you're able to see both sides. What do people love about you? Well, you got boundaries. Everybody knows where they stand with you. Okay, you're not playing. You're not playing. And sometimes you say it quite nicely, and if people continue, then you just cut it short, right? But you're learning to love yourself, and people see that, and you are rising in their regard because of the love and care you show to yourself. You hold yourself like a king or queen, an emperor and empress, and people recognize that energy and they defer to it. All right, let me see what is this thing about the extra long index finger. Now, it's a card number 21. So it's about completion. And then that goes back to balance here again. So maybe there are a lot of Libras listening as well, because all this for me is about balance. Because when we're talking about boundaries, we're talking about the balance between self-love and also reaching out or helping others, okay? And we talked about balance in terms of sexuality. We talked about balance in terms of masculine and feminine energies. And here we have card number 21. And card number 21, the world card, that is the hermaphrodite, right? That's who we're all meant to be. At the end of our journey here on earth, we're meant to balance masculine and feminine energies. So I'm getting as well, even with this card, you are at that completion stage. This is balanced within you. You can hold these two in unison within yourself. So a lot of you might be, if you're on twin flame journey, might be manifesting some kind of rapid union at this time because you're in unison with self. You've done that healing. Okay? But let me read what it says in the book. Let me just get the book. All right, so let's read about those extra long index fingers. The index finger is considered long when it rises above the nail base of the middle finger. Well, that's not me because mine is just on the level of the base of my middle finger. Or maybe just slightly above, right? No, it's on the level. So that's not me, I don't think. It suggests a healthy ego and belief in yourself. Yes, I think so. Definitely, we got that. You test your own limits, and boundaries, right? And believe that you will never know what you can do until you try. Beautiful. You take pride in yourself. Oh, and testing limits with this extreme as well, right? You take pride in yourself and your accomplishments. You have a strong sense of self and always seeks new ways to do things. I'm just reading the next thing because it pertains to me. Okay, so if it falls in your garden, beautiful for you as well. Sorry, guys. When the index finger and middle fingers are nearly the same length. Okay, well, that's not me. Okay, extra long index fingers. Okay, so when the middle finger, okay, so this is you guys too. This is you guys too. When the index finger and middle fingers are nearly the same length, I've never seen that. You enjoy being the boss and in control. So that's not me. You possess a strong sense of the dramatic and can be quite flamboyant in the way you express yourself. That sounds like Leo. You magnify your emotions in order to get attention and act larger than life. I ain't calling no names. I ain't pointing no fingers, but you know who you are. All right, so that's the extra long index fingers. Okay, interesting. So you have a healthy ego. You take pride in yourself. You test your limits, so it all lines up with what we said a moment ago. That's you guys. Now let's see what your person loves about you. Let's see what your person loves about you. So from the healing cards, we have initiation. Ooh, okay. And I think it comes with that balance between masculine and feminine energies. You're not afraid to take charge. Sexually, you're not afraid to initiate sex. You're in that 9 of Wands energy. You're in possession of yourself and whatever situation you find yourself in. You're very self-assured. Because this is a card number 63. That reduces to 9. Okay? That talks about the self. So your person likes that you're not afraid to initiate. They also like that you're deeply spiritual. They like that. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. We have the undoing. You are in a healing process. And there's certain bad habits that you may have had. And we all have addictions. Oh gosh, shopping, tarot readings. We all have addictions. It's the things that we do to escape from life for a little while. Or maybe for a long time, okay? But you're healing that now. And it is drawing them closer to you. I'm also getting that you're a very forgiving person. Okay? You don't hold that grudge. And people like that about you. You're not afraid to apologize either. You're not afraid to admit that you're wrong. I think justice is very hardwired into your circuitry, which is weird because this reminded me of circuitry, right? You're hardwired for justice. That's what I'm getting with this. Okay, we'll come back to that and see if I get anything else. We have dream come true. So they think that you're a dream come true. We have responsiveness. It's like you've always been there for them. And then we have communication. Okay, so let me start with this card. Your person thinks that you're a good communicator, okay? More so, some of you guys might be teachers. Look, we have the Hierophant here, right? Card number 5. And I think that your communication has taught them so much about themselves, about relationships, and how to interact in a relationship, okay? These people are interacting. Your person also admires how you communicate from the heart. There's a lot of green in this card. And they also admire the way or your ability to communicate with spirit and the upper realms. So your thrive the your hear me thrive the so your 3D communication is on point, but so too your connection with divine, with spirit. Your person feels like you've always been there for them. And you've been such a joy to their life. This is a card number 19. This is the sun. So Leo, you're out here again. Okay? You've always been there for them. Always willing to help lend a helping hand. And when they're fallen into some kind of rut or into some kind of dramas that they can't get themselves out of, you're kind of like the saving grace. You've always been responsive to their needs, their calls for help. Sometimes even unbidden. And I'm getting a call even as I'm listening here. So sometimes you answer their psychic call. You're responsive to the way they reach out in the spirit realm. So they really admire and marvel the psychic connection between you guys. They think that your absolute dream come true. They never imagine that someone like you would love someone like them. And this is a card number 22. And this is about mastering your intimate relationships. So you've taught this person a lot about love and a lot about relationships. They don't know if you still want them though. That's just an aside. They think that you're thinking about somebody else. Yeah. They think that you're thinking about somebody else. They think that you've abandoned them, you've turned away from them. Just an aside. But they see as a dream come true everything they've ever wished for. But I feel like they didn't realize that until you just turned away. And maybe even started manifesting someone else. You're not afraid to admit that you're wrong. Or to make amends. Or to say you're sorry. For you, balance and justice is hardwired into who you are. You've completed that lesson. If you've done something wrong, it's very important for you to balance the scales. And your person sees what this sense of balance is doing for those that are around you, because it's rippling out into your networks and into your community. Because you have this sense of justice, others around you also want to fall in line and have more integrity themselves. They see you as like the vanguard or the pioneer, right? The pioneer in some sort of way. Like you're the first person that they've met that's like you. You're unique. You're unique. But you're not afraid to put yourself out there. You're not afraid to put yourself out there. You're not afraid to strike out on your own, strike out on faith. You're not afraid to put your emotions out there. And your person really admires that, because they might be one of those like emotionally constipated people. So you just being so free, so loving, so giving with your emotions and so vulnerable is a big shift and a big change for this person. All right, well, let's see what Spirit likes about you the most. Especially right now. What do they want to I should really say, what do they want to commend you on? What do they find most lovable about you at the moment? What do they want to remark upon? Because of course Spirit loves all of you. But what do they want to remark upon at this point in time, at this moment in time? We have yes. That's a card number 2. And that's the High Priestess, right? You are listening to your intuition. And you're following your intuition. And they really love that you're listening. That you're listening to them. You're listening to your higher guidance. You're accepting your spiritual self, your intuitive self. And you're surrendering. You're surrendering to who you are, this deeply spiritual, magnetic being. And I want to congratulate you on that. You've made so much progress. Now let's get one last bit of advice from Spirit. So that's lovable you. That's lovable you. So people love you because you really love yourself. Basically, and you treat others the way you wish to be treated. Okay, that's just too many. Let me get one. Spirit, just one, please. All right, thank you. Let's see what this is. Okay, we have magnetism of Eros. I told you, sex appeal. But there's also a message here about harnessing the power that is in the sacral chakra to manifest and to create. So there's something here about sex magic, because there's a card number 1, and card number 1 is the magician. Okay, and we're talking about Eros. Okay, so there's something about sex magic to manifest or to create something that you've always wanted or wished for. All right, so let's read that. The magnetism of Eros. So the force, the sexual force is strong with you. It says, trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Take steps towards which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. So whatever is on your mind right now, Spirit is saying it's closer than you realize. The magnetism of Eros is our soul's fascination with that which appears different and calls to us on a deep level. And I think you call to people on a deep level. This soul deep attraction inspires us to remain open, to be passionate and willing to engage with life, other people, and new vitalizing pathways and practices that inspires us. It keeps us moving on our authentic life path, living by the call of the heart, which is what you're doing right now, right? You're living by the call of the heart, because the heart is the gateway to the upper chakras. This oracle brings the message that life has particular gifts to share with you now. There is the promise with your true self and others, and a healing realization that you are truly desired and loved. You are being encouraged to explore new pathways, especially if you feel out of your depth and a bit vulnerable in doing so, more so if they involve personal healing. This oracle indicates a path is opening up for you. It may not be the easiest way forward, but when your heart leaps at the prospect of it, know something truly special is unfolding for you through that pathway. Trust where your heart is leading you. Okay, so there's a healing process with here, okay? It says, take a moment to consciously connect with your breath and ground your awareness in the present moment. Place your hands over your heart. Can you connect with what it is to feel vulnerable, to have needs? This may be easy or difficult for you to acknowledge. Whatever you experience is absolutely fine. To feel vulnerable, to need to be loved, heard, held, and seen, for example, is acceptable and essential to our human journey. As you connect with your heart, imagine, feel, or intend that a beautiful white light is shining from afar. It loves you and is reaching out to reassure, comfort, and protect you. If you can, allow it to truly hold you. Relax into its embrace and imagine the light wrapping itself around you like a loving cloak. As you do this, you may sense your heart and mind letting go of a tension that you didn't realize you were holding. You may sense that this white light is in your heart, reaching for you always from deep within. Rest in this awareness for as long as it feels best for you. and then you've completed the healing process. So pile 3, that's you, fully balanced you. Okay, at that sense of completion, completing a big cycle in balance, unity within self, and boundaries. I hope this resonated for you. And as you love yourself, this is the more people are going to love you. I hope this resonated for you, and I'm so happy and grateful for everything that you guys are doing for the channel. Your likes, dislikes, subscribes, comments, the cups of coffee, the support of the Coalition for Domestic Violence. I thank you all for it. Take care. Much love. Bye. Hey, pile 3, if you chose this brooch, this is going to be your reading. So what we're asking is, what do people like about you? What do people find lovable about you? What about you makes you lovable in their eyes? Okay, and we're going to ask what makes you lovable in your person's eyes. What do they love about you? And then we're going to ask what spirit loves about you in this moment, because spirit loves all of you. But what do they want to highlight in this very moment? Now, this is a significator. This is what everybody love, right? This is what everybody love. And it looks like they love that you are so aligned with your spiritual beliefs, okay? I want to, you see this crown? Beautiful crown. I'm connected to the galaxy, connected to the ethers. Look, we have a lotus here. So you've done an amazing transformation, and people are in absolute awe. Your spirit guides are in absolute awe. You surpassed expectations. You surpassed expectations. Okay, that's what I heard. You surpassed expectations, and they are all very proud of you right now. So people sense right away. Ooh. Some of you guys are twins, because I'm seeing twin flame bubbles here, twin flame rings here. So some of you guys are definitely twins, but people feel that unconditional love energy that you embody. People think that you are very wise. Okay, we have the hair. Hair is always a symbol of wisdom. And then we see these flanks here. They remind me of the headdress on the pharaohs. So there's something very regal about you. I think when people see you, they want to bow down, even partners. And who doesn't like when partners bow down, right? That's when the fun begins. They also see you as having such a pure heart. We have clear quartz crystal right here in the heart space. Such a pure heart, such a pure soul. And people think that you have such a pure connection to spirit and those around you. You might present yourself as a little bit quirky, okay? And people like that also, because from you, they get inspiration to be their authentic self. They think that you're very perceptive. They may know that you are psychic, okay? I see the crystal here by the third eye. So people think that you're all knowing, all seeing, all feeling, okay? And they really like that. Some people are kind of scared about that. Maybe your counterpart, but they love all of you because you inspire people to be their unique self, because you put yourself out there. Who don't like it, they know what to do. F off, right? But you put yourself out there, okay? Let's see what we have. We have crystal keys. So you have access. This is what I'm saying. I think you have access. So some of you guys might be very good at doing Akashic work, if you're not doing that already. Retrieving records from the Akashas. And that makes sense with the crystals that we saw here in the heart space. And the crystal in the third eye, okay? Because that's like the Akashic library card. Like the first few times you go to the Akasha, if you're allowed, you go through the guardians and so on. But then after a while, they give you a crystal. Well, I don't know if they do for everybody. I'm pretty sure that they do. They give you a crystal for your third eye, and this grants you access to all the records in the library. Your records are also the records of others, and all access pass to the Akasha. So I think that you have that. Okay, so let's see. It says crystal keys. It says Lumerian quartz crystals, a special piece of clear quartz, said to have been encoded with great knowledge for the spiritual evolution of the human race. So what I'm getting right now, or if you've not or you might have even had it already. You're getting some kind of upgrade, and that upgrade is going to give you access to the Akasha. So if you see any course on working the Akasha or anything like that, that's a prompt from your guides. Get on it, because this is what they want. This is a gift that they want to bestow to you, because not everybody gets access to the Akasha. Not everybody gets access to all the records in the Akasha, but I think certain people watching this are going to be allowed access. Now, this card is about deciphering wisdom codes. Be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in times when you feel triggered. So that's another thing that people like about you. Okay, you've had adverse experiences. I almost said adverse childhood experiences, right? You've had adverse childhood experiences, and the way we react to those it's usually the cause of heavy trauma. Okay, so you're not the one, or right now you're not living or dwelling and ruminating on that trauma. What you are doing is healing, and the universe wants to recognize you for that. And other people also sense this. This is a shift or just a general attitude. You take everything on as a challenge and as an opportunity to gain some sort of wisdom. There's so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way that's tailored just for you. So that's what people think. They think that you have insight. They think that you have insight. They feel that about you, that you're wise. Wisdom comes through inner paradoxes. Be awed, in creative flow, or in a state of surrender. These crystals may be powerful keys to your spiritual evolution. So there's also a message here for you as well. There's something in your Akashic records that your guides want you to unearth at this point in time. It is going to revolutionize your life. So if you're able to access the Akasha, the next trip to the Akasha is going to be eye-opening for you in some particular kind of way. It is going to make your spiritual journey just catalyze. Okay, so that this is something that you should pay attention to. Okay, so we have our piles. These bigger cards here and the tiny palmistry card. These are what others find lovable or likable about you. And these cards is what your person, your counterpart, soul spouse, whatever you want to call it, boyfriend, crush, likes or loves about you. Okay, and then we're going to take another card for what spirit wants to highlight is your most lovable trait at the moment. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's just put this aside for a moment. So from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, we have the Void. And this is so very powerful and interesting, right? Well, what's so powerful and interesting on being being empty, right? Okay, because the void is a space that we're usually in, and sometimes we call the void the dark night of the soul, but it is that space before the awakening. It is where we purge all the things we have stored inside to make our channel, body, energy empty enough for spirit to fill it up. One of the most difficult things to be in this world is empty, like spiritually empty, and to have space for the light of spirit, because we have been filled with so much junk since we were born. Since we were born, people have been telling us who we are and projecting their perception of who we are onto us. But it is a challenge to get rid of all of that and to just allow the light of spirit to remind us of our infinite self. So that's the void. There are also certain persons, I'm going to come back to this because there's a lot in this card. There are also certain persons who, what's the best way to put this? How their energy field works is that they channel the collective energy, what the collective energy, and by channel, I don't mean like channel like tarot cards. They have the ability, it's part of their life work, to bring down what would be the collective energy in the next stage and then ground it. I don't even know how to describe what it is. This is something that my friend Charlotte is. This is what she is. She grounds the new energies that are coming in for the collective. It passes through her channel, and then she passes it on to other light workers to ground. I'm more an anchor, okay, a grid worker. I ground the energies, but she channels the energies. The energies come through her first, and then others ground. So for some of you listening to this, and Scorpios are very good at this, water signs, very good at this. So we're talking about Scorpios, Pisces, Cancerians, very good at this. They ground, they channel the incoming energies. It's the incoming energies of the collective, and then it flows to other workers for them to channel and spread the word, and for others to ground. So we have the void. So we're going to come back to this, okay, because there are additional messages in this for you. From the Goddess Oracle deck, we have Rhiannon, and this is a sorceress, okay? And we got that right off the bat, right? You are a channel for spiritual energy. It says you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. And there's this unicorn, and unicorn is one of the highest vibrating beings that you will ever meet. So it's something that we saw in the first card. So Spirit is letting you know. And people feel this. People feel this magical energy. Look, these two, this is magic. People feel this immense power and magical energy from you right off the bat. It's not something that you can hide. You could put on a suit every day and pretend to be ordinary. People see you. From the wisdom of the hidden realms that we have the hungry ghosts. It says obsession, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. But it's a card number 14. And that is about temperance. So what am I getting here is that you're pretty even. You've been working hard on your obsessions. Your scarcity consciousness. Some of you guys may be workaholics. Okay, your attachment issues. And it looks like you're coming into balance. You're learning that lesson, because 14 also reaches to 5, which is the Hierophant. You're learning that lesson, and people are noticing. It's like you're confronting your inner demons. You're confronting, or you have confronted your inner demons, and the knowledge, the wisdom that you've gotten from that experience, people feel it, and people come to you for counsel. From the palmistry deck, yeah, it really is that tiny. We have the short headline. Okay, I'm not a palmistry expert, so I'm not going to attempt this without reading from the book. But intuitively, it may mean that you're not a person that's cerebral. With the energies I see here, I see you're more intuitive. You're up there in the ethers, okay? You know, there are people that overthink. You're not that. You are an intuitive in the realest sense of the word. This is what guides you. It is not your thoughts, okay? It is your heart. It is your crown. It's your consciousness, okay? That's what I'm getting from this. I'm going to read it from the book when I come back to it. And then another unicorn. Hello. Another bloody unicorn. Good fortune and friendship. People think that you're lucky. You may not think that you're lucky, but people think that you are lucky. People may see you as their good luck charm, quite frankly. And people think that you are an amazing friend. Okay? I think you're very loyal. Once you commit yourself to someone, it's very hard for you to detach, or even to turn your back on that person. And that could be a very positive thing, and it could be a very dysfunctional thing. But I think you're working on that dysfunction. Okay, so let's go back through these cards. All right, we're going into the void. So I think you are very intuitive. Look, we have the moon here. Okay, void, of course. That's what they're saying. So you can read up on the void, of course, moon. I do think that a lot of your premonitions, intuitive nudges come to you during the dream state. Okay, this is when you are most open, when most people are most open. So it's very important that before you go to bed at night, that you really ground yourself properly. I think you might also be doing some astral travel as well. And when you do that, you can pick up a lot of interdimensional bugs. So it's very important before you go to bed that you ground yourself and ask to be protected. And then in the morning, you ask to be protected and cleared from anything that you may have picked up. I think you might also be very good at Jesus. Remote viewing. Remote viewing. What do people like about you? You're mysterious. Deep as the ocean and mysterious. You're magical. You're ethereal. People feel your power. Look, it's like card number 1. This is a magician. This is a magician. And that's what I was also telling you about, you channeling those energies from the 5D and bringing it into the 3D. That's what the magician does. When we think about the pose of the magician, one hand in the air, one hand pointed to the ground, it's that energy that is flowing through him and it's grounding. So I'm sensing a very powerful light worker here, but you're sleeping on yourself. Some of you not taking it seriously. And that's a travesty because you have so much power inside you, because right after the magician, we have the sorceress here, and that's like a high priestess card. So both your masculine and feminine side, very intuitive. You're a magical person, but for some of you, you're not harnessing that gift just yet. But I do think that, yeah, you can look, she's connected. She's connected, right? Deeply intuitive. And people find that mesmerizing. Some of you guys are very good communicators, because I see this right at the throat chakra here. But again, very loving and very kind. She's cloaked all in green. A pure heart. We saw it, right? A pure heart. Because not everybody's allowed to ride a unicorn. You're a pure heart. And you have the favor of the divine. So whatever you wish for, you can manifest and you can create, because you have been doing the work. You've been doing the work, and it shows. People find your energy so calming, and it's because you've brought yourself into balance. You faced those inner demons. Some of you have had addictions. You faced that. And the knowledge you've gained from that experience, Spirit is asking you to pass on to others. Some of you guys might be teachers, so Spirit is letting you know that you're doing a good job doing that as well. Now, let's see this thing with this short headline. It's a card number 33, amazing enough. And 33, master number 33, is about mastering spiritual gifts. So there's definitely an awakening happening here. And for those of you, then there are others of you who are very highly evolved. Spirit is asking you to get on that life purpose path. Okay, you have a lot of gifts that you're meant to use in this lifetime, and I don't think you've started to really uncover half of them. And as I open the book, I'm right on the page. So it says a short headline that doesn't cross halfway across the palm suggests a one-track mind. Whoa. Okay, so you're very, very focused. Short-sightedness. You are very conservative. We did see the Hierophant here, 14 reduced to 5. So you may have traditional values, but I don't get that though. Maybe your foundations were very conservative, but I feel like this is something that's also evolved with time. Issues of power and control. Listen, when I was going to start the reading, I was about to start, and then I realized I had the remote control still on the table. And I was like, I wonder if that's a message that the people we're going to tap into are control freaks. And I just laughed. But look, it's right here. So maybe you have issues with control. play a big role in your life and you assume authority easily. Let's see if there's any other thing here. So you're definitely meant to be a leader, a teacher. And I think a lot of you are leaders, are teachers, okay? People like that you are dependable. You're very dependable. People feel a lot of heart space energy from you, because 33 does reduce a 6 to lovers. That's one of your superpowers. I think you love people. Either way, there's good fortune that's heading your way. And people really value your friendship. I mean, some of you might actually throw hands if anybody touched anybody that you loved. You have their back. You have their back. People know that they can depend on you. They can rely on you. And maybe in the past people took this for granted. But people think that you're very dependable. Let's see what your person likes about you. So from, I think this is a conspiracy deck, the healing deck. We have blessing. Aww. Okay. And it is a card number 13. Okay. Because 5 and 8 reduced to 13. Your person thinks that you are an absolute blessing in their life. They think, again, that you are magical. But I'm also getting as well that they think that you're a gift from the universe. And you have changed their life for the better. And that's why we have the 13, the transformation death card. And we have butterflies. You have changed their life from the better. So much so now that they don't fit in with people that they used to resonate with. They might feel isolated and alone now because you've brought them some sort of knowledge and they can't turn back. They don't resonate with these people anymore. They've changed so much that they don't resonate with their family and friends, but they don't regret it because they know that this is a gift from the universe. I see there in the energy of 5 and 8. Okay, so they're learning some deep, I heard spiritual, I heard karmic lessons right now, but it is only to make them stand on their own 2 feet and stand in their power. I feel like this person used to be very codependent on these people now, but now your person has enough confidence to stand on their own 2 feet, and it is because of you, and they know it. What does their person like about you? You complete them. You complete me. We have completion. You complete me. But you're also complete within yourself, and this is something that they admire about you and they are inspired by. It's a card number 72, which is the vibrations of 9, the Hermit. You don't have a problem being alone. And you don't have a problem standing outside from the crowd either. Look at this tree. In the middle of the bloody wilderness. Nothing else around. And it's bearing, it's blossoming, it's thriving. That's you. That's you. How? And look at the guys asking, how? 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 You're thriving in the middle of nowhere because you're complete within yourself. Now, for some of them, they may think that the connection between you and them is over, that you've moved on to someone else. I see the vibrations of 7, the Chariot, and the vibrations of 2 here. So for some of them, they feel that you moved on and they're kind of running, trying to catch up at this point in time. But I think that you have helped them close a lot of karmic cycles in their life, and you show them how to be more independent, and they really do appreciate that. We have falling in love. What do they like about you? Well, what do they love about you? Well, apparently everything, because they are in love with you. They are in love with you. They think that you are so intuitive, so mysterious, but they also see the vibration of the Empress in you. Nurturing, grounded, real. You're real. And again, you've taught them a lot of lessons. 23 also reduces to 5. Again, the Hierophant coming through again. So maybe a lot of Taurus is watching this as well. There was a message I was getting about DNA. They want to combine DNA with you. So some of you, if you're interested, they want to have a child with you. It could be a fur baby, who knows. But this person is in love with everything about you. And you've made them fall in love with life again. I feel like this person was like lifeless before you came. Yeah, you've brought so much healing and joy into their life. Particularly in their heart space. Look, there was a big hole in this person's heart before they met you. But they feel like with you, they've met their other half. And that's why we had that completion there. You complete me. They feel like they've met their other half. They feel like, you know those best friend forever necklaces? They feel like you are their best friend. And when you guys are together, everything is complete. Everything is all great. Everything is special. Everything is beautiful. They feel like you are trustworthy. Because we have a lot of blue here. They see that you're so loving. For some of them, they are leaving something, or there's even someone who was very narcissistic behind to travel on this journey with you. Someone who thought the world revolved around them. Could be family members. We saw them here, right? Could be family members. Could be friends. Could be a partner. Like they're leaving that partner to come towards you or to be on this journey with you. Because they recognize you as their other half. What does your person like about you, love about you? Come hither. Your energy just draws them in. Look, she's just standing by a bloody tree. And he's just magnetized towards her. For some of you, you all are true tree lovers, like tree hugger, getting wisdom from trees, communicating with nature. Your person thinks that's just so magical. They love how you've always been open and welcoming to them. Even if maybe in the past they had chosen someone else. You've always been receptive to them. You've always been nurturing to them. You've always been like a safe place for them to rest, to be rejuvenated. They think you're magnetic. They think that you're absolutely magnetic and that you can manifest anything that you want. Let's see what Spirit wants to highlight about you right now. Hey, what's this? We have destruction. There's a tower. And the stars. So the stars are aligning for some kind of union. It's a card number 22. That's mastering your intimate relationships. So right now, there are things that are going on behind the scene because we have a card number 18. That's the moon. That's the unknown. There are things going on behind the scene to bring some kind of tower moment that's going to align you to union with some sort of counterpart. Interesting. All right, what does Spirit want to highlight at this point in time? What is spirit like about you? Peace, calm. Yeah. It's a card number 19, and that is the sun. Spirit admires your ability to make lemonade out of the many lemons that may have been thrown at you. After everything that has happened, you've made peace with yourself, with others, and you live a drama-free life. You live a drama-free life. And that's no easy task. Spirit wants to highlight, like, you've made some kind of sanctuary, either within your home or even within yourself. You've made peace within yourself. You've brought yourself back into balance. And because of that, it looks like you're drawing to yourself some harmonious relationships. Because you are balanced, you are attracting relationships, connections, contracts, where people are going to be giving and receiving equally. For some of you, you've been doing a lot of meditative practices, and this state of being still and at peace is allowing a lot of light, a lot of information, a lot of downloads to come through for grounding. Just you being still are allowing those messages and the light of spirit to come through. Okay. So let's get one last bit of advice for you from spirit. What's the message for you right now? We have Vulva of Sidera. Card number 3. Okay, 30 reduced to 3. So this is the Empress. Okay. Is it vulva? Well, you know, whatever is created in the womb comes through the vaginal canal and into the vulva. So there's something here about you being a portal. Because that sounds too close to vulva for it to be insignificant. So there's something here about you being a portal for divine energy. And that's a message that we were getting. And you grounded that energy because the Empress grounds. Let's see what this is about, because I haven't a clue who this is. Okay, let's see what's this. Your inner spiritual power can heal circumstances in your life and or world. You realize. Journey within to gain clarity and conscious redirection of your inner energies towards what you wish to manifest. Do not try to control what is happening. Instead, work to bring positive influence to bear so that you may contribute constructively towards shaping the outcome for the greatest good. So it looks like a challenge for this group is your need for control. It came through first thing with that remote. We heard it in the reading. And now we're getting it. That right now your greatest channel, what am I saying channel? Your greatest challenge is to step back and allow things to happen for you. It says, from the Norse traditions of Scandinavia comes the sorcery of Sider, the practice of cracking open an egg in order to read and also shape the future. The egg is a symbol of infinite divine potential and the beginning of a new life. Sidere is a mysterious soothsaying or visionary practice, which also involves shamanic healing to divine an appropriate pathway through times of trouble and communal thrive. Through prayer, chant, and binding magic, as well as visionary practice in an altered state, all of which are supported by focused collective intention, a powerful healing takes place. So for some of you, you need a clearing. Now, there is a clearing that we do with an egg. I want you to go, it's right on YouTube. You're going to search Dr. Tochi, Tochi, clearing yourself with an egg. I think you need to do that. But I think some of you guys might be capable of clearing others. And if you think you are, I am doing ongoing spirit release classes. So you can check my website to see if they're open at this time. At the time of recording this, I think they're sold out. But you can check. And if you want to do it in the future, you can make sure you have the prerequisites for it. Because some of you are able to do the shamanic work of clearing others. And that's why we kept getting this message that you're not realizing your full spiritual potential. Because you have a lot, but it looks like a lot of you have not harnessed it. Traditionally, the practitioner of Sidere was a spiritual leader known as Volva or Voleur, which means soothsayer or sayer, or a Spokana, a woman of prophecy, or a Sekona, a woman of magic. She would not work alone, but call upon community members to empower the practice. When we choose to align our intentions with our heart truths, we become the spiritual birth mothers. That's still something coming through. And founding fathers of a more spiritually advanced humanity. Tremendous creative power is generated when a group comes together in focused practice. So for some of you, you're also meant to start some kind of group. Could be a coven, I don't know. Could be a religious group. Could be an NGO with focused intention for the highest good. If you seek to work with others, be aware of the positive potential and proceed with integrity and care. The patron goddess of Sidere is Freya. Okay. The Norse goddess with an insatiable appetite for pleasure, life, sensuality, the finer things, and unconditional freedom to be as she chooses. She is also a goddess of war. Hence, she is not afraid to enter into battle or love. Her husband, Odin, is associated with prophecy, inspiration, and ecstasy. When he's away from her, she weeps red gold tears. No stranger to suffering or ecstatic pleasure, Freya is a divine Volva. She reminds humanity both of our innate spiritual power to embrace all of life and the inner spiritual resources to make it through any difficulty without compromising our hearts. The art of Sidere is one of collective dreaming, and we saw that, and doing. It is the ability to move in darkness, so shamanic work, to become wise to our own potential, to become manipulative, controlling, and therefore negative, and to outsmart that by consciously choosing to bring love, wisdom, freedom, spiritness, and passion into our lives. So there's a healing process here. It says, consciously connect to your breath, noticing the inhalation and exhalation, and allowing them to become deeper and slower. Allow your breath to help you move inwards to the center of your being, the realm of the sacred, the spiritual field of love, white light and blessing that is within your heart and which empowers your practice. As you settle into the inner realm, see, feel, or intend to connect with powerful, vitalized threads of light. Those threads are glowing, luminous with grace, spiritual intelligence, and divine power. They intertwine with each other, forming a rope of light, which can bind any darkness within your heart, body, mind, or soul. Allow the rope to enact higher will. As it wraps around darkness, it gently but firmly drains the power out of that darkness. the darkness is released into light and the energy flows into the rope, making it even more luminous and beautiful. Allow this process to occur for as long as it feels helpful and good. Then allow the rope of light to dissolve and transform into a radiant egg of white light, forming a protective egg-shaped bubble of light around you. Return to the here and now by becoming aware of the sensations of your skin and your breath. Ground yourself with some physical movement and hydration. You have completed the healing process. So powerful. Okay, very powerful light workers, with Spirit saying it is time for you to harness and unlock that energy. My loves, thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Your likes, shares, subscribes, dislikes, comments. They all help the channel and our community grow. And I'm so grateful for everything that you guys are doing, including your support for the Coalition Against Domestic Violence here in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.